Hello, welcome to the McGuffey's online tutor. Today's lesson comes from the McGuffey's 6th Eclectic Reader, the revised edition. Lesson 47, Character of Columbus, Part 3. Washington Irving, 1783 to 1859. First, the suggested assignments for this lesson are as follows. Number 1. Read the life and voyages of Christopher Columbus by Washington Irving. Number 2. Read other works by Washington Irving. Number 3. Research America before colonization. Write a story or tale by developing characters, people, animals, or plants, with real experiences and needs. Number 4. Write a guide or create a video on what to expect and prepare for when exploring a strange area or land, and provide finer information such as the skills and plans needed to be successful. Describe the geography and the geopolitics of the area. Number 5. Study the laws, covenants, constitutions, manners, etc. needed to establish a just society. Write an argument for them. And finally, research and write about how the rise of the Ottoman Empire impacted the decisions made in Europe. Please share your work with us. Washington Irving, 1783 to 1859. Among those whose works have enriched American literature, and have given it a place in the estimation of foreigners, no name stands higher than that of Washington Irving. He was named after the hero of the Revolution, George Washington. He was born in the city of New York. His father was a native of Scotland, and his mother was English. He had an ordinary school education, and at the age of 16 began the study of law. Two of his older brothers were interested in literary pursuits, and in his youth he studied the Old English authors. He was also passionately fond of books of travel. At the age of 19 he began his literary career by writing for a paper published by his brother. In 1804 he made a voyage to the south of Europe. On his return, he completed his studies in law, but never practiced his profession. Salmagundi, his first book, partly written by others, was published in 1807. This was followed 2 years later by Knickerbocker's History of New York. That's where the New York Knicks got its name. Soon after, he entered into mercantile pursuits in company with two brothers. At the close of the war with England, he sailed again for Europe and remained abroad 17 years. During his absence, he formed the acquaintance of the most eminent literary men of his time and wrote several of his works. Among them were the Sketchbook, which includes the tales Rip Van Winkle and Sleepy Hollow, and Bracebridge Hall, Tales of a Traveller, Life and Voyages of Columbus, and the Conquest of Granada. On his return, he made a journey west of the Mississippi and gathered materials for several other books. In 1842, after an endorsement from the Secretary of State, Daniel Webster, President John Tyler appointed Irving as minister to Spain. From 1842 to 1846, he was minister to Spain. On his return to America, he established his residence at Sunnyside, near Tarrytown, on the Hudson, where he passed the last years of his life. A young lady, Mildred Hoffman, to whom he was attached, having died in early life, Mr. Irving never married. His works are marked by humor, just sentiment and elegance and correctness of expression. They were popular both at home and abroad from the first, and their sale brought him a handsome fortune. The Life of Washington. His last work was completed in the same year in which he died. He had many influences on American culture. For example, Irving popularized the nickname Gotham for New York City, later used in Batman comics and movies, and also introduced the false idea that people believed the world to be flat, before Christopher Columbus discovered the New World. But his massive work, 4 volumes of the life and voyages of Christopher Columbus, cannot be denied its value to any historical study. He was there in Spain and combed through all the documents that were newly released, and his research and writing should be acknowledged. McGuffey therefore included the excerpt, Character of Columbus, in his 6th reader, and this note. Christopher Columbus, born 1436 and died in 1506, was the son of a woolcomber. At the age of 15 he became a sailor, and in his voyages visited England, Iceland, and the Guinea coast, and the Greek Isles. He was an earnest student of navigation, of cosmography, and of books of travel. Thus he thoroughly prepared himself for the great undertaking which led to the discovery of America. He struggled against every discouragement for almost 10 years before he could persuade a sovereign to authorize and equip his expedition. Well, this is the end of our lesson, and I hope you visit us again at the McGuffey's onlinetutor.com. Peace be with you. See you soon.